Perhaps you could begin by telling us more about the potential for hydrogen in the automotive sector and where you see both the challenges and opportunities to be realized.
Thanks, Rob, for the very nice introduction, and also a warm welcome to everybody in this webinar from my side. It's a pleasure for me to talk about hydrogen in the automotive sector. And I personally believe that hydrogen will play a really important role here in the automotive. As everybody can see, there is at the moment a lot of activity, a lot of opportunity for hydrogen in the commercial vehicles and buses. So nearly every truck OEM has started a fuel cell truck development program, and various purpose-made fuel cell trucks will come to the market from roughly 2023, 2024. Already now for the next years, there is a big opportunity for retrofitting. So lots of retrofitting companies are now already ready to go into the market. And actually they will have their lifetime business opportunity in the next year before the real purpose-made OEM products will hit the road. But what is behind of that? Why there is so much excitement? I think there are 2 or 3 reasons for that. On the one hand side, it's clearly to see there is a really solid business proposition. So we clearly see that with a hydrogen price of about €5 per kilogram, that a fuel cell truck can achieve cost parity to a diesel truck. And that's really an exciting proposition because the diesel truck is there for centuries. On the other hand side, obviously a fuel cell truck offers the long range and also a very fast refilling, which somehow creates really a unique selling proposition compared to battery electric trucks. Don't get me wrong, battery electric trucks will also play a very important role, but I believe for the long haul heavy duty that the hydrogen offers the better business proposition. On the other hand side, as you already mentioned, Rob, also buses will see a significant increase over sales in the next years. As for some cities, or for some lines in cities, hydrogen offers a better value proposition compared to battery electric buses. So there are various cities, for example, Vienna, very excited to replace their diesel trucks their diesel buses with fuel cell buses. What we do not talk too much actually in Europe is the passenger car segment, and in particular also the light commercial vehicle segment. I think we should not forget that. And in particular, we know Toyota and Hyundai are very excited about that, and there are very good reasons to be excited. Even it will take a little bit longer for larger deployment. We at AVL really strongly believe also in a larger fuel cell market share in the passenger car segment. And there are basically 2 reasons for that. On the one hand side, we see that a battery electric vehicle is a very good solution for a lot of consumers, for a lot of use cases, but not for all of them. And we also believe that there will be a significant disappointment with the charging experience. The second reason, and probably the more important one, I personally strongly believe that long-term imported hydrogen will allow lower operating costs than charging a battery electric vehicle from the public grid. Therefore, it's going to be also commercially very interesting for consumers. Obviously, this will take some time, so we are not talking about the next 5 years. We are talking more about 10 to 15 years before this is going to happen. But Rob, you also asked about challenges. So there's not only excitement and opportunity. Obviously, there are also challenges. And I would say 90% of the challenges have to do with cost. So we need to work on the complete hydrogen ecosystem to allow lower hydrogen prices at filling stations. We have to do a lot of work to reduce the production cost of fuel cell systems. And in particular, and for this, I'm looking to Radisha, actually the cost of hydrogen storage system. That's a real problem because our predictions show that in a truck, the hydrogen storage system is going to be more expensive than the fuel cell. Technically, there is also some challenges. So in particular for trucks on the lifetime requirement. So these trucks need to run 25,000 hours, and that's a challenge for high performance and high power density fuel cell stacks. But I believe actually from our research that we are already very, very close to the solution here. And last point for challenges, of course, when we talk about hydrogen, we need to talk about hydrogen infrastructure. That has always been a challenge, and that's also a challenge. But I think also here is a game changer happening, because for trucks, the business case for a hydrogen station is much, much easier to build around than compared to passenger cars. And if we stick to the Fit for 55 package proposed by the European Commission, we will see every 150 kilometer a hydrogen station. And I think this will be a pretty decent starting point.